So today's video, I'm going to be talking about, let's say, creative drought or creative freeze, and how coming at that with the mind is a total waste of time. So we all know what it's like. You've had the idea, you've had the inspiration, you sit down to start the work, or you're mid-flow. An interruption comes, or you're at the end and you've got this important deciding element to focus on. And then boom, you've stalled. Suddenly there's a drought. Whatever felt like it was flooding through you has completely dried up and gone, or the freeze has happened. Yeah, that. You got no idea. You've just completely shut down, and there's that feeling of not now, please. Oh my God, not now. And that is generally when we open up to all our delightful tendencies that tend to beat us up and make us feel worse than we really need to. And as we talk about here, what's the usual default? We push harder. And today I'm going to be talking about when we try and think harder. Now, so why is that a waste of time? Personally, it's the longest way to find a solution. It's the longest way. Creativity, the creative act, is spiritual. It's the same source as anything else spiritual. It is the most spiritually aligned thing that there is. It is a meditation, it is a prayer, it is a divine revelation. It comes from pure source within, which I call the clear space. And I talk about that at length in The Artist's Return. Just as everything in creation that is manifest is an expression of something or someone, so is your creative act. That impulse is actually what creates life. And so when we try and use the mind, we forget that the mind is part of the resistance most of the time. If it is something else, then the mind will kick in and make it worse. And the thing with the mind is, just when you think you're getting on top of it and using some kind of mental process, then it's clever. You can't get on top of it. It's going to work something else out. So you're much better off to have some tools, have some methods, some ways of being, beingness, presence, that take the mind out. Either occupies it, throws it a bone, or once you get skillful, you go completely beside, around, over the top. And then it doesn't matter what it's going to throw at you. Actually, the quickest way back is pure presence. And there are many, many, many ways to do that. Each and every one of us have this clear space, and each and every one of us have access to it whenever we want. We're just not brought up to understand that. And that's why I'm here with the clear space. Think of it as there is a place inside of you that is behind everything. Everything that's physical, everything that is mental. It is a place of pure energy and pure vibration. It is a place, the wellspring of all creativity. Everything that expresses through you is divine. Where it gets distorted is where it hits that thing, the mind. When it is in harmony, or when we are in harmony with it, the work flows, the ideas flow. We sit down to create, things move, and it's like a dance or a song or a poem or a beautiful expressive piece of art. Now, when something gets in the way, we say, you've gone from this expansive, open state to now a more contracted state that is not expansive. And that's when we start to default to the, I'm going to push, I'm going to think my way through. when really the fastest way is to literally just open back up to it, to turn yourself to that clear space and let it be clear again. Remove anything that is in the way. So there are, like I said, many methods that have been around for hundreds, thousands of years. And my job is to translate them for creatives, for artists. When you know how to access and work with the clear space, you don't just create anymore. You go into a whole new level, a whole new dimension. It's a whole new ball game of craft. You are now painting as a fully conscious and aware being. It's a very powerful place to be. And you are using yourself as a conduit for this energy that wishes to express itself through you. And now you can honor that. It's glorious. Can you see how that in itself makes the creative act as spiritual as it comes? It is an altar. The creative act is an altar that you create, divinely inspired, no matter what the hell that is. And interestingly enough, when you allow yourself to then go into the mind or paint from that more disconnected, contracted place, the work won't be that anymore. It will lose some kind of resonance. How cool is that? There's a responsibility, you know. Do you just want to paint a pretty picture? Or do you want to paint something that is luminous? And it doesn't have to be. There is no particular genre. There is no particular style. It's about you as the artist, you as the creator. It is all about how you hold everything, who you're being, your connection to this creative source. And these great masters are blessed to have that. It's a walk in the park for them. Doesn't mean they didn't go through some kind of agony. You know, we read their stories all the time. They had some pretty hardcore stories. But they also had a very strong relationship, whether they knew it or not, with that clear space within, that center of creative source. And they managed to use it. They were just ignorant to it. But we can catch up. Now, I'm not saying here, and I will always repeat this, I'm not pressuring you to create a particular style or to end up some kind of master of, you know, like I said, a particular style, but you can become a master of creativity itself. And you can have your work be a joyous reflection of that, or whatever reflection it is that wants to come through. So mindset and all the other stuff, even going for a walk, actually that takes a little bit longer to return. And when the mind ups the game, which is what I've been talking about earlier, when the mind ups the game and starts to beat you at this, then I have ways, again, that I teach in the Artist's Return of using particular self-inquiry to help destabilize that. Oh, because it will. Oh, it will do it. The mind will do it. So therefore, this work is more like a transmission and a knowingness and a skillfulness as a creative. And then it becomes about you. And it no longer is, will they like my work? Does my work have value? Am I fitting in here? Am I doing this the right way? All that stuff. Or is this the right style? Or what the hell is wrong with me that I can't just keep working? I can't pump it out. Or maybe you are pumping out meaningless stuff, and you know deep down inside it's not fulfilling your soul. So this is over and above just creating for some kind of therapy. This is creating and connecting with that life force itself. Yeah. And I really, really believe that those who are creative have an edge in moving forward in this really complicated, chaotic world that still has a lot of beauty to it. But God, humanity is pretty repulsive. So let's just create and hold that space and hold that center and bring that joy to the world through whatever we do create, whatever is the product, and allow that state of the artist to be transmitted to the people who listen, who watch, who feel, who smell, whatever their relationship is to whatever your craft is. So I take a small handful of people through the Artist's Return. I have it opening up in July. If you'd like to know more, please go to my Mata Kamaleshwari website. You'll have the details there. I only take a handful through because of the nature of this work for now. If you have any questions, please reach out, comment below, and I'd love it if you shared, liked, and subscribed and help this little baby channel grow. That'd be wonderful. And if there's anything you'd like me to talk on, do a shout out. I'll do it.